MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
That 130 horsepower engine would really make the new Jetta quite a sports sedan.
It sure will.
Thanks, Joyce. As for new car design in general, we've seen a lot of good things along those lines during the last decade. Detroit products in particular have really started to come of age. Only one problem. Some cars also got boring to drive. But all that initial development is now over, so cars are at last beginning to reflect the individual character of their nameplates.
Take the General Motors A-body chassis for instance. It's gotten a lot of individual attention. What with the old Sierra ES, Buick Century T-Type, and the Pontiac 6000 STE already paving the way to sophisticated performance. In 1984, it's now time for King Chevrolet to do it their way, and they have, with the celebrity Eurosport. At its unveiling at GM's Milford Proving Grounds last summer, Chevrolet definitely let it be known that the Eurosport was their formula for an affordable, fun-to-drive A-body. And that includes not only a four-door sedan, but a two-door coupe and this very racy-looking Eurosport station wagon. The Eurosport package of trim, suspension, and Blackwall radials adds only $226 to the celebrity's $7,711 base cost. So you get this sporty flair for little more than half the $14,500 price tag of the 6000 STE. Or do you? Well, truthfully, the STE comes standard with most popular options and a lot more. So by the time you add most of them to the Eurosport package, you're likely to approach $12,000, like the four-door sedan we chose for our test. But that's still quite a savings over the STE. For that, you get the slender, attractive celebrity shape wrapped in blacked-out trim with distinctive red accents. To spruce it up even more, we added an attractive two-tone finish, aluminum wheels, and fatter Eagle GT tires. The combination of higher effort, fast ratio power rack and pinion steering, large stabilizer bars, and stiffer spring struts and shocks gives the Eurosport impressive handling. Turn the wheel and you're literally sucked into a turn. Cornering is flat, as you'd expect, but the ride retains a good combination of firmness with comfort. Road feel is excellent. Plus, rear-wheel tracking through our slalom was in the better class for all front-wheel drive cars. But we did discover two problems. First, the power steering pump had trouble keeping up with very rapid changes in direction. Then we found that the Eurosport was very susceptible to bump steer. That happens when maneuvering on very rough pavement. The rear end absorbs the bumps poorly. You lose traction and end up with an oversteering condition. Surprising flaws in an overall above-average package. The standard drivetrain on the Eurosport consists of a 2.5-liter four-cylinder attached to a four-speed manual. Most owners will probably order either our car's 112 horsepower V6 or a high-output version rated at 130. Both a 3- and a 4-speed automatic are now available with the lower-rated engine, although the HO motor comes solely with the 3-speed. Our early 2,935-pound production car, however, didn't suffer much from having the lower-rated V6 3-speed. It gave us no complaints in straight-line ability. We rate a 0 to 60 time of 11 seconds as good, and a quarter-mile dash of 17.9 seconds at 75 as even better. And it's only slightly slower than the vaunted 6000 STE. GM has worked hard at eliminating criticisms about the harsh and slipping shifts of their front-drive automatics. Our car's slush box was much improved, with a crisp downshift helping the Eurosport to a fine 5-second passing time from 40 to 55 miles per hour. While we've been only sometimes pleased with A-body brakes, this happens to be one of those times. Pedal pressure was firm and reassuring. Stops were very short, with an average of only 114 feet over 6 tries. More importantly, there was little tendency for the back end to break loose and swing. Bravo! Likewise, the interior. It reflects the more serious nature of the car with its tempered fabrics. True bucket seats, though, are only an option. The standard split bench seat with armrest was comfy, if too flat to hold us in position during fast cornering. The optional gauge package is widely spaced but highly legible, and while it lacks both a tach and oil pressure gauge, we prefer this to most of the gee-whiz electronic clusters now so commonplace. Mileage ratings on the Chevrolet Eurosport are well within its class, at 21 city and 33 highway, according to the EPA. Our car was very new, so owners should expect slightly better everyday mileage than the 24 we recorded on our 100-mile economy loop. So what does Chevrolet really have in the Eurosport? Well, compared to other A-body variants, particularly the Pontiac 6000 STE, it's slightly less sophisticated in handling, ride, and features, but quite a bit less in cost. By its lonesome, the Chevrolet Celebrity Eurosport is an exciting example of how the ordinary family car can be transformed into a desirable driver's machine. And if you don't order all the bells and whistles, you can have it at a very modest cost.
And we'll see you next week on MotorWeek.